Well, top of the day to you, everybody out there in podcast land. I am Gina Pagnata Murphy, president of PACE.
And I am Ebony Walton, vice president of PACE.
And we are here with Radio Connections with PACE podcast. Well, let's talk about it. Let's talk about how she blundered this intro today. Always something with Ebony. Last week went off with no problem. Today, you all didn't get out, but we have a disclaimer. I got to say, we disclaim everything our views and comments. I can't even remember the whole thing, but I'm just letting you know out there, attorneys or anybody else, these are not necessarily the views and comments of PACE Complete Organization. This is our podcast, however, is my personal opinion versus Ebony's personal opinion, and the comments and chats that we have with our podcast live audience.
Swatch.
So no, well, we ain't supposed to swap. I like this side. Okay. There we go again. Last week we was on the other side because she said her head is lopsided.
I didn't say my head was lopsided. I said I leaned the other way.
That sounds like a Martin moment. You remember Gina with the big head?
Whatever.
Well, she leaned that way. But
thank you guys for tuning in. Anyway,
oh, she cut me off.
Yeah, we have several tuned in. So thank you. If you want to speak, again, you can speak with our the chat. If you want to privately chat, you can privately chat. Or if you want to be seen and get into the conversation, just let us know. Okay, send us a message real quick through the chat.
Absolutely. All so right. What's the shout outs and prayer this morning?
Well, one of our supervisors, Glenn Evan Dyer, lost his mom last week. So we want to keep him lifted up in prayer.
Yes.
And Officer Alexis lost a grandfather. So we want to keep him in prayer as well.
And my son, Shaid, lost his grandfather. They buried him Saturday, so we'll keep him in prayer as well. He was a little distraught about it. So.
And also one of our members, she's retired, just recently retired, Sandy Stewart. Her son had some type of emergency over the weekend. He's an older gentleman, but he's okay. But still keep him in prayer because I believe he's still in the hospital. And
my sorority sister, Elsie Jefferson, who is still recovering several months. So let's keep all of them in prayer. And anyone else that you know of that we haven't mentioned, let's just say a prayer for everybody, family, and even ourselves in your own family, because we're still struggling through this trying time right now. It's getting better, but if we're not where I would like for us to be, like I can rule the world. Yeah. But, so just keep everybody up in prayer. So the inspiration to all of that is smile, be kind, be considerate, don't give up, don't compare yourself, don't be judgmental. Just live the best life you can day to day and stay in prayer.
Oh, that was good.
I made that up a little bit.
Did you?
Yeah.
That was good.
I'm getting so good at this.
That was good.
So what's our song?
Our song is, because I want to play a little bit of it.
And we do not have the rights to this music, so you can't play your whole thing.
Yeah, no, I can't play.
But we're going to start doing it anyway, okay?
Just a little bit.
We'll worry about people when they say you can't do this, when they start telling us we can't do that. But until then, we're going to do the podcast the way we want to do the podcast to bring you the information. We go on road.
Yeah, we go on road.
Go road.
Simply Red.
Oh, I know y'all.
Simply Red.
Girl, you went back just then. Oh my goodness. Y'all know Simply Red? If you don't, you heard this song, I'm sure.
Simply Red.
Put it up there so they can hear. I'll make sure. Oh, you're gonna make me cry.
Beautiful song. Just a little bit. We're gonna listen just a little.
Holding Back the Years is the name of it.
Thinking of the feel I had so long. When somebody listen to the fear that's gone.
Listen to the fear that's gone.
Strangled by the wishes I made. Open for the arms I made.
All right.
Get to me.
Oh my goodness. And then the hook, the hook. I'll keep holding on. Oh my goodness. So
Yes.
anyway, if you got time to listen to Simply Red,
Yes.
I'll keep Holding Back the Years is the
Holding
name
Back
of
the
it. And he
Years.
also, that group also did one by Teddy Pendergrass, If You Don't Know Me By Now. So the renditions
that's
are
a
there.
nice
Yeah.
one, too.
So you get a chance to listen to that, it'll be real good. But
Anything
anyway,
with Teddy Pendergrass is good. I love Teddy Pendergrass. I like him.
I mean, I like the songs, but he was fine until.
So the movie of the week is going to be The Upside. If you haven't seen The Upside, it's another Kevin Hart.
Oh, okay.
And it's a serious role.
Okay.
He's out of prison and he takes care of a paraplegic.
I
And it
seen
changed
that.
his life. It changed.
Oh, I think I
his
seen
life.
that. Okay,
Oh.
it wasn't a.
It was
a series. It was a series.
it was a movie. It was
I
just
saw
a movie.
it. It wasn't serious. You think I was saying serious?
Oh, it was a serious.
That's why your head be lopsided, because you
know
can't
what?
hear on this
I
side.
can,
Didn't y'all hear me say serious?
no, the way you said it, it sounded like you
That's
said
my
a
denture.
serious.
Moving
But it
right
was
along.
good. But it was really good. It's a good show to watch.
Okay, can I go ahead with the gossip? I can't wait. Can I do the gossip?
go
Okay,
ahead.
gossip. Here we go. Gossip. Not city yet, but gossip.
Okay.
Did you know that Martin Lawrence and Eddie Murphy's kids are dating?
No.
Yes. Isn't that
No.
something? I wonder how their friendship gonna be if that relationship don't
Were they
go
real
good.
close? I don't know if they were really close. or
Martin
not.
Lawrence?
And Eddie Murphy.
Oh,
I didn't know if they
yes.
was, I don't know.
Oh yeah, they allegedly very tight friends for many years.
Well, that might be a good thing.
And
unless they break up
and
bad.
that's what I'm talking about.
Unless they have a bad breakup.
But
Hopefully
they both
not.
condoning it, that so it should be okay and everything. But at this point, I hope they be okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what can I say? If you're trying to log in, to just go to Radio Connections with Pace with the little W to look to our podcast. If you didn't get the link, it's on YouTube, Radio Connections, little W Pace, on to see us live on our podcast.
Yes.
Is that correct?
That is correct.
So Shauna, if you can hear me, please do that. I know you're trying. We didn't send you the link, and I'm sorry. But if you want to hear us, you can go there. And if not, I'll give you a call afterwards. Okay. All right. If you have a problem, call me back.
Now, last week I went to Fort Lauderdale, right?
Wait a minute.
What?
Is this gossip?
Well, go ahead with your
I'm
gossip.
not finished
Gina.
with the gossip.
Go ahead. I want to talk to you. Go ahead.
I said you're gonna be running the show today,
You
but
did.
you
Go ahead.
just can
Go
I get
ahead.
my piece?
Go
in?
ahead and get it.
Jada Pinkett Smith shaves her head because her daughter made her do it. Now, the reason why she shaved, and I don't have a picture to show you, but you all can Google that, she's completely bald. But the reason she did it because she was losing hair. But she said she was losing her hair.
Really? She has a small hair.
I'm losing my hair.
Nice.
Look, my ponytail, look, it's gotten skinny.
Yeah.
I guess that comes with age.
Age and stress.
You calling me old?
You said it first. I just kind of.
You can talk about yourself, but you don't need other people telling you. This comes from stress and the gray. I got tired of dyeing it with that Beijing dye.
But you don't need to. Your hair is fine like that.
That's what you say. You don't look at it every day in the mirror.
People like that's the trend now. They're wearing the silver
I'm
color hair.
talking about the man in the mirror.
She won't act right. She won't
Okay.
act right.
So that's the gossip for the day. Just thought I'd throw that out there to you. So let's go on with the show.
So last week I went to Fort Lauderdale, drove through Miami, and we saw the ruins of the
storm.
Not just the storm. Remember, the building collapsed.
Oh wow!
And
that's
drove
right.
through that. Yes.
You saw that?
They had everything blocked off. And I was trying to figure out why is there so much traffic, but that's because they had everything blocked off. And when we drove up to it, you saw the collapsed building, and they were still out there searching. Oh, so touching.
That's surreal. I would have cried.
Right there.
I'm always
and people
crying.
were standing out, putting up little signs and stuff. It was sad.
I would have cried.
It was sad.
I wouldn't be able to handle that. Even when I go and drive in traffic and we're backed up because wrecks, and I go by, I try not to look, but you can't help but look. And then, the worst part you can see is when they have a cover over something, and you know what that is. I'm devastated.
Yes.
And I just have to pray for that family and thank God, being selfish, that I either got there too late or too early.
Yeah.
That it wasn't you.
Yeah.
But still, you all be safe out there on these
Please
streets.
be safe.
Be mindful of your surroundings. Check, don't take anything for granted. Keep your doors locked. Listen, let me tell you an experience I had before pandemic. This is the year before pandemic. I pulled up at a Quick Trip on Covington Highway. That's where I normally sometimes get my gas on the way to work. And I pulled up and I got in, got my gas, drove up to the to the door because I didn't feel like walking for how lazy I am. But anyway, went and got me a cup of coffee, came back, and I have a habit of locking my door. But I was sitting there because I was trying to get my money back in my wallet and all of that before I pulled off. Just so happened, two boys ran by and snatched my door handle. If I hadn't had my door locked, no telling what would have happened. It scared me at first, but then I was getting ready to reach, girl. I was getting ready to reach.
You got a gun, Gina.
I was getting ready to reach.
You ain't got no, what you reaching?
I had my crowbar.
But did you say something to them or no? You just
where they ran off, and they ran off. But I'm saying that to you ladies, especially, don't take nothing for granted. When you're parked somewhere, because you got these automatic, when you put your car in gear, it locks your door. But when you put it in park, it unlocks your door. Make sure if you're sitting in there to just hit that button, because you never know when somebody's going to come up and try you. Okay?
Yes.
So that was my experience. But anyway, what are we talking about today? I saw you giving me that look like you want me to.
I was going to say it, but go ahead.
Are we going to start with the politics? Or are we going to start with the city gossip?
It doesn't even matter. It's a lot.
Okay, so we're going to start off with the politics and we're going to end the show because we're going to let people chat in when we start talking about city junk. Okay. So I had the opportunity, thank you for that link.
Yes.
To listen to the CBA of Atlanta.
Yes.
What do you call it? It wasn't a debate. It was an introduction.
It was an introduction
to the potential people that's running for mayor, the candidates, and candidates that's running for city council.
Yes.
And I listened to it.
Let me tell you, I listened to when I sent it to Gina, it was about 12 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
I was watching it and I'm in the bed dying laughing. They had, but this was for was it the mayor part? Or no. This was, I don't even remember who.
It was for the mayor.
Oh my God. I'm just going to say, y'all need to look at it because it was hilarious.
Is it on YouTube?
It's on, you go to cbatlanta.org. Scroll down and you're going to see the videos. They're on YouTube. And we have some good candidates. And then we have some. The
one on the end. I'm going to tell you, the one on the end.
Oh my gosh. I don't know who he was looking at and what he was saying. But you can see one of the council members looking at him like, what? Like, where is he? Who put him up to this to run? Who did
even
this?
I had to rewind and go,
I was dying laughing. The whole thing, I was dying laughing.
He didn't answer not one question.
I don't think he understood. I don't think he knew what they were saying. He
either was high, I don't know, drunk. And I'm sorry, I'm putting it out there because when you're running for mayor, you need to, and you're on a panel and you trying to, I'm taking this serious.
I don't know.
And you sitting up there, what was wrong with you?
I don't know.
It was like a joke.
I don't know.
I'm not calling no names.
Go watch it.
But the one on the end, and it ain't the female.
No, go watch it. I know his name, but I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to throw him up. Y'all see it.
Somebody made him think that he might have a good chance. But let me say this. You guys, when we look at voting for who we want to be on city council and who we're voting for, if you're a city employee and you're in the city that you can vote, you need to be real sure of who you want to support your vote.
Oh my goodness.
I understand that they're more in tune with constituents, but they also have a loyalty and dedication and commitment to employees.
Yes.
And I am going to look for the candidates, either council or mayor, who speak eventually what you're going to do for employees.
Only one throughout those districts that I heard say something about employees. It might have been two, but one. And I was really impressed. When you looking through them, you can pretty much shift out those that are BSers.
Okay.
Those just own just
to
be on. I didn't say the word. I just said BS.
I don't care. You could have said the word, but
I'm saying you can see, and those ones that try to talk so highly educated and they're saying something so loud, but really you're not saying much of anything. You just look through them and you can filter out those ones. And I watched all of them from districts 1 through 12 and for the mayors. And I already know my picks. I'm going to send them to you later. So if you send me yours, we're going to send ours at the same time. See if we pick the same people.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, if you're able to vote and if you got family members in the city, make sure that you're going to pick the ones that you feel that is right for your area, for your family's area, and that if you a city employee, which you are, it matters who you pick. Because when we go before council, those people that we help pick and endorse, we are looking for them to support us in the needs. When we ask for raises or when we ask for things that matters to us, for them to put a vote and change policies when it needs to be changed to help protect you for your job. And, you know, because we talked about the unclassified situation that we're going to get into in a minute. And so we're looking for that mayor that's going to meet with the unions, that has a seat, allow us to have a seat to help make suggestions or to let us know what's going on. And so we want those people in office.
And there was one that was on there that's running for mayor. I like the ideas, but because of past experience with this particular person and the, I don't know, the attitude, maybe of the behavior or the status, I don't think that this person, although the things that were being said, I don't think would have pace at the table on a lot of things.
Okay.
So
I know who you're talking about.
I think so.
So we're not going to sit here today and endorse anybody, because there's a process of our membership allowing us to, do we want to endorse, and give you an opportunity to let us know who you think would be best. But you need to see who, listen to these debates, or they haven't started debating yet. I'm waiting on that one. But we kind of already, our executive board has already been talking about who we kind of got in the fire in the pot, but we haven't officially endorsed anyone as of yet. But we will tell you that we'll give you an opportunity. Yes. You all can email us or chat in who you think that right now, who you would like to see in that seat of the mayor. I know it's a lot of folks that may not know about city council, but I kind of wrote them down. I know District 2, the one that I recognize, he's being challenged, Amir Faroki.
Oh, yeah. I like Faroki, though.
District 1 Post Large. I'm not sure who that one was. I missed that. If I'm not mistaken, I think that was Post 1. Is that Mr. Bond? I'm not sure.
I believe so. Know. Yes.
District 4, Cleta Winslow, but she's running in opposition with Jason. Some other was, but Jason Dozier ran against her last year, and she almost lost with Jason.
Really?
Yes,
he's running again, right?
He's running again.
Because I remember he was sat right next to her on the panel.
And then District 5, I missed that. Who I don't know anybody in District 5. And Joy Shepherd is, she's running for. Is she running for? No, District 12. She's running for District 12.
Yeah,
District
I hadn't seen that
12. And Howard Shook, of course, is running for District 7. I don't think Howard is being running against anybody. No running. He's running unopposed. So he's gonna get it. Okay, yes. And Marcia Overstreet is running for District 11. And Dustin Hillis, he's had some little oppositions running against him in District 9. He's running for re-election. And District 8, I'm not sure if that's Mary Norwood's district, but a Nicholas Uppel. I have a question mark by him. I don't know who he is, but so that's as much as I got.
Yeah.
Okay, but I'm going to keep my ears and eyes open, and we'll let you know as we go further. But chat us in and let us know your thoughts if you can, or send us a text and we'll talk about it.
Some of them had some good things to say about what they would change within the city. And one said something about the customer service with 311, customer service citywide, making sure that the employees are equipped to know what they're supposed to do, pretty much. And I like some of that things, because you have to make all departments accountable for everything. So if you're hiring bad people, that's not the bad people's fault. It's not those, it's the one that's doing the hiring. So make them accountable. Make them hire people that actually like being a customer service representative. You have to have a people personality to do the type of job that we're doing working for the city.
Well, you know what? I wish that we went back to the old days. Everybody talk about, well, we're moving in a new direction.
Yeah.
But sometimes old ways, when the new
Mhm.
direction is not working,
Mhm.
you need to revert back to where the beginning started so you know what you did wrong and
Mhm.
correct it. But remember back in the days when we had the what you call the listing, you make the list, the register, they had to register, and you fill out the application, and you were either highly effective for the position, effective and not, you didn't make the register. And what they used to do was they went through and they sent it to the departments, and the departments purged and gave everyone an opportunity to interview that was still working for the city. They gave them interviews first. And we used to do internal. We used to post for those jobs internal first.
And they should.
And then if they wasn't satisfied internally, they would go and post it outwardly.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see why they changed that.
I don't know why. I don't know.
They need to get back to it. You know, I need to make a note of that. Make a note of that so I can talk when I have a meeting with Commissioner. I don't know how you all feel about that, but to me, that would give anybody an opportunity, because if you got to move up, yeah,
morale will be better.
Yeah,
because now I know that I can move up.
I have an opportunity
to let somebody else that does not know the city or does not know the job or the department as well as you do come in and do that, because you know they've been doing that with communications, and that puts a sink in everything. Right. How does this person come outside and now you're telling us what to do, and you haven't even done?
I'm making the same money you making.
Yeah, more. And you haven't even done this job for a year, and you over me.
Right, and that's it's bittersweet.
It is.
And say the thing is, when you hire or do that, make it internal first before you go external. I've been there. Well, how many years? Say I've been 20 years. Why do I have to compete with somebody on the outside? I got more experience.
You should not have to.
I don't care what you say or what you do. If you've been on that job and got effective or highly effective or outstanding on your evaluations, no write-ups, you've been a good employee, how are you going to tell me someone from the outside can come in and do a better job than me?
And let's go back to those evaluations. If that's the case, what is the purpose of it? We already don't get a raise with the evaluations.
No.
You don't get anything promotional. Nothing comes with those evaluations. So why are we doing them?
And they're making it so strenuous and strict that anything that you get, they even telling you just for effective, you got to put something in the comments. Why?
Exactly.
You got to put something in the comments.
And then I know for ours, it probably be for everybody else's. If you give them effective or highly effective, it has to be with some paperwork. Like some good paperwork.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? They have to have accommodations or something.
Absolutely.
Why? When people just, if I just come to work and do what I'm supposed to do, then okay, that's fine. But if I come to work and I do a little more, that should suffice me being highly effective. Boosting something, morale at the job, whatever it is.
Absolutely. So we got 1 minute, 1 second. We have a person that just texted and said they can't get in. And let's see if I can forward this to that person. Give me a second. And you can be talking still if you want.
She told me not to say anything, didn't she? She said give her a second.
Okay, we got forever to say I received this error message when trying to log in. Okay,
so log in through it. What did you send it to?
I sent it to everybody.
The one that I sent you last night.
And there's another one I can't get on. I sent that to
send the.
Okay, so some people are having a hard time getting in. Let me see quick.
I'm gonna send this one to you.
Okay.
Send the regular YouTube link.
Okay.
I'm gonna send it to you, and then you send it to them.
Okay. So, every now and then when you're sending me stuff at 12 and 1 o'clock in the morning, some people are supposed to be asleep.
Oh, really?
So anyway, while we're getting that done to get people in, okay, I just got it. So how do I do this now?
Copy it.
Okay.
Hold it, copy it.
Copy
message text, and then send it to their email. Wherever they sent it, reply back and put that in there. Hold it and paste it. There it is.
But that's going to you.
Well, you don't want to send it back to me. I sent it to you. So go back to whoever's. That's you going back to me again. She's going back to me. So since we waiting on Gina, does anyone have to say anything y'all want to talk about while we waiting on Gina?
Don't put that on me now.
I'm just saying, I hear somebody talking.
Can you find out who it is?
I'm looking. Unless they went back to mute. But we have quite a bit of people on here.
Yeah, so if they, they can put in a chat. If you want to tell them about how they can do the chat.
Again, if you want to chat, you just go down to where it says chat on your computer, and then you can start chatting if you want to. But what y'all think about the evaluations? Because like I said, to me, it's not doing anything. And I wasn't not surprised with my evaluation, but I wasn't super excited about it either. Because it's almost made to where they're gonna keep you at a under the 4, or you can't really get to a 4. They won't let you get to a 4 on the chat. You got a 4 on your chat? She's focused. She can't do that.
I got what?
A 4 on your eval.
I'm focused. I know what she just asked
on
me.
Your evaluations.
Yeah, I always get. Let me tell you something.
We never give a 4. We can't. You can't give him. They
have
them fixed to where you want.
I got one. No, I didn't. But I got that 399. Oh, ain't that a mess? Yeah. A 399. I was livid. I said, you guys, y'all know y'all wrong for that.
Yeah. They making it
where you can't get a 4.
Yeah.
And then I had one of our managers tell me, nobody's perfect. That's not being perfect.
I had someone tell me I was happy with what I received because I'm just an average person. Well, you could be average, but I'm not average. I don't consider myself to be average. I do a little bit above what I'm supposed to do all the time. That's just how I like to do. Did you finish it?
Well, Ann Green is trying to get in, and I don't know what happened. And I'm trying to send this to Ann Green now, and see if she can get in. Y'all hold on, because we got some hot and juicy stuff to tell you. Let's see if this will work.
Did you put it in there?
While I'm talking, can you go ahead and forward the link to Ann Green? And we're sorry.
Let me see.
She's in there. Go ahead. Oh, you on your personal phone?
No, I can do it from here.
It should be AG and Alicia Brown. Alicia Brown and AG.
Okay, go ahead. I got it.
You got it?
No, but go ahead. Just go ahead.
Okay, so Alicia Brown and Ann Green is who we want to send it to.
Okay.
So anyway, we were talking about evaluations, and I remember back in the day when they wanted to give us bonuses, the council wanted to sign us bonuses, and we were fussing about bonuses because the bonus money, they were giving it out to who they wanted to, and everybody, the people that really deserved it, didn't get it. So we were telling them we didn't want no bonus.
I just feel green. I don't have
GREEN. It should be agreen@atlantagA.gov. And so they were supposed to be tying in the evaluations to money, but that never came about because they could not come up with a fair system that the union PACE agreed to. So, but at the end of the day, according to the legislation, policy, and code of the city, your evaluation, if we ever have a rift, is used to, and your seniority, years of service, and what your evaluation is used to be able to retain you in the event your classification is one to be rifted, and they can only keep a certain amount of people, and they will, use that to judge whether you're the one to stay or you're the one to go. And if you recall correctly out there, that I fought because Yvonne Yancey, who used to be the HR commissioner back in the day, was trying to get rid of the seniority piece of the policy. Y'all remember, if y'all don't, I got in front of the finance exec and council and said that we can't have that. You can't, how are you going to get rid of seniority? But seniority really, to this day and time, seemingly doesn't have an effect on anything other than if we rift, then they have to go by, seniority, or what you call those points. So that's another issue that we're going to talk with the commissioner of HR and council, that we need to bring the prestigious element of being a senior person in your position.
Yeah.
So you can have your right respect. And
you should.
And you should. And where the city, that I don't know why and how, and that's another conversation that we have. We having all of this on that committee. He did tell me, Jeffrey Norman, of the commissioner of DHR, did tell me that he's going to have me on the panel, and I'm going to invite you on that panel too.
Good.
And he's going to have other people on the panel. We're going to discuss about sick leave policy may need to be revised, clarity. So it won't
now let's go into the sick leave real quick.
Wait a minute. hold on,
gonna
because you know my train of thought.
Okay, go ahead, because I'm writing as you say.
Unclassified people that don't have rights to representation, they should have rights to representation. Heck, you say that they can be in the union, and you are in the union, and they have rights to representation, then you need to give them the rights of representation, and we want to represent them.
Exactly.
And all this letting people go because you're at will, and we can just let you go because you want to let go, but we'll let you get your unemployment because if you don't, you have to tell the city, have to tell the Department of Labor why they let you go, which could be wrongful termination. So what they're doing now is just saying you're at will so we can let you go. But guess what? We're going to have a meeting with the city regarding that. We got to make some changes and agree to disagree and have a win-win.
Yes.
We got to make some changes of that because we want to make sure that every employee that's been here, the senior, and doing a good job, coming to work on time, doing what they're supposed to do, have some loyalty given back to them, but them being loyal to the city, especially through this pandemic. Where they do that at? Call you up on the phone. We no longer need your services. Don't come meet me at the stoplight so we can get your laptop. Where they do that at? But it's been happening, and it's going to stop. That's got to stop. So we are working hard and diligently in a friendly atmosphere, if I can be friendly as I can be. Without blowing my top in the meeting. That's
not
why I
need to use the term, let's get the elephant out of the room. Well, it's over.
Over. Y'all know me. When I say I'm going to get the elephant out the room, let's get the elephant out the room, it's getting ready to be on.
That's it.
That means I have sat quietly and been professional, and I'm sitting there listening and giving you all whatever you need, But when I've had enough of hearing the BS, I'm going to say, now let me get the elephant out the room. That's my term, y'all. And it's on and popping. And so we're going to work hard and diligent for you to ensure that you have some safety and security of your legacy with the city of Atlanta. We want to get back to be proud of our city. We want to be proud that we work for the city of Atlanta and wearing that emblem or that uniform. Or when we tell people, who do you work for, city of Atlanta? Oh man, I would love that. Remember that? How do I get out of it? How do I get to the city? You got a good job and the benefits are great, but we're not where it is. But let me say this, and you go ahead because I want to get into the meat of some things.
Okay, so senior employees. I had an employee she's a senior employee. She's been there for a long time. She wanted to move to a different shift, right? She said she asked to be moved to a different shift. Seemed like everything was okay, but then she revisited that conversation and said, "Hey, have y'all forgotten about me? Blah blah blah." And they said, well, some more employees requested to be moved to that same shift. And she said, well, whoever it is, they can't have this seniority over me because she's been there for a long time. And so now she has to contend with, not even contend. I don't know how they're going to pick if she's a senior. She should already have her pick because she's senior. She has a senior. She's a senior, but she's not getting that choice. So I'm not sure if she's going to go yet. I think it's still in the works, but I told her just let us know what they come up with, because right now the employees that's going up for it, I think has been there 10 years or less, and she's been there well over 20.
Wow.
Well over
See
20.
What I'm saying?
And that's disheartening to her because it shouldn't even be an issue where I have to contend with these newer employees. If I say this is where I want to go to day watch, then send me the day watch. Plus, she's older, so evening watch is a little more faster pace. Send her somewhere else if that's what she wants, so it's slow pace for her. That's what they should do.
So let me say this. So if the city of Atlanta is opening up to bring employees back, why council is still doing virtual stuff? Anyway, I'm just saying, I'm just asking that question.
When did they go back?
I have no clue.
Maybe I don't know.
But I'm just saying, and I talked with one of the department heads today, and I appreciate, and I have to do a shout out. A lot of times I don't do shout outs to certain names and stuff, but I want to give a shout out to Mr. Jackie Robinson, who is our deputy COO of the city, but he's over public works, and he always communicates with the union every Tuesday. We have a standing dates and times. And I have to give a shout out to him because if he doesn't make that meeting, he will text me or reschedule, but he meets with me regardless if I have anything to complain about, but it ain't too often I don't. But I really appreciate that. And the Commissioner of Watershed has set up a standing meeting with me because we're the ears and eyes out there with our stewards and, and trying to let them know what they're not being told. Sometimes, people don't tell you the truth. And you get out there and realize, I didn't know this was happening until, somebody bring it to light. So instead of them getting caught by surprise, they're very innovative and want to work with the union with PACE to find out what's going out there. Is anything that I need to know about? And they'll let me know if they need help. So we had our discussion today, and he cleared something up with me that I have to share with you all that I was thinking, because they call it the street committee. I just heard that's a new phase going on, the street committee. Y'all know what that is, the gossip. But the street committee was putting out that Mayor Bottoms just threw her head in the towel like you do when you're having wrestling and boxing, just threw it in and just say, everybody come back to work. I'm done. I'm not running anymore. So I'm bringing everybody back to work, regardless of department heads. You handle, do what you want to do. And so myself included, I have to be honest, as well as other employees, were thinking that she just threw her hat. She didn't care no more and didn't care about the employee safety, just bringing us in after the July 4th and all. And in essence, he told me that is far from the truth. She did not want to bring employees back in that early. She wanted to wait. That's where they got the discrepancy with that week on July 12th versus July 5th. And she wanted department heads to, to bring us in transitionally, slowly, and come in, because we don't know how those numbers are. Because
what happened?
Well, I mean, constituents, these constituents and these groups that's out there, and I don't know if you all family members or the constituents, the MPUs, they never have a clue to what's really going on in city services other than what they're paying for, what they're not getting. And they don't care to a point. Not all of them, but a lot of these organizations that they gotten together, because, we set in on that.
I was just thinking about that.
We set in that one that you told me to be on. What was the name of that one? That MPU meeting with Chris Brown
last week.
And Livingston regarding that $60 million project to build a police thing. Oh, my G.
They don't know.
They are rude, disrespectful.
Nasty.
Talk to if you're talking and you say something that they don't agree with, they're shouting in on you.
Yes, because they are allowed to.
They're allowed to do
so rude.
And chatty in something negative. Because one shouted at me when I said, when you build this building, you all spending the money on police. I get it, but what about the 911 operators? What about the employees? Can we have training in that $60 million resort building that should not just be for police, put fire inspectors, our fire civilians, our 911 folks? And somebody opened up and shouted at me, and I said, well, thank you very much. See, I could not.
It was nothing else. I don't know how Chris Brown, you did a great job.
He did a great job.
But it's Chris. No way in the world I could have held my composure for the amount of time that he did and listening to what the people were saying, that no, they're clueless unless you have been, and it was the Atlanta Advisory Board.
It was 87 people on that call.
It was a lot of people. They were so rude. I mean, making all kind of noise, whatever they want, like children.
Even Ms. Shepherd, Councilman Shepherd.
They was
disrespectful to her.
Disrespectful.
Oh, my G. And I don't get it.
The thing about it is, you can always talk about a job that you've never done. You can talk about the 911 call hold times. You can talk about the rudeness of the call takers. You can talk about the officers not arriving on time to your call. You can talk about anything you want to talk about, but you don't really understand. You don't know what's going on. You don't know if that call taker just got off the phone and she just heard something about a baby being killed or shot, or in, because officers they have to go through that. We had that a couple of weeks ago. The woman left the child with the boyfriend, and now the baby dead, had injury. You have to allow people to be human. Human error is we are human. And to say that the call times we've been holding for extended amount of time, you're going to hold for a while anyway, because we're short. We have sometimes
People are coming to work.
four people on the phone on a Friday night during rush hour. Do you think that those call takers after that 10th call, they're going to be just as pleasant to answer the next line? They try to. And then when you get nasty with them, what do you expect?
And then I'm hearing that the 311 call centers is getting backed up too. They're not responding.
They're not responding. No, everybody is short. We're trying to do the best.
Or scared to come in.
And they're scared to come in too.
And so these citizens, they can be home all day long, but they're not coming into work.
No.
Or having to continue to get the best service that you can. And these people are getting sick. They're catching COVID. Kids are sick, and they gotta stay home.
Families are dying.
We
are human, just like the next person. But don't knock the job if you're not gonna be man or woman enough to get in there and at least give it a try yourself. Because this is not a job you can do. So to talk about
this job
service,
this job right here is what I'm doing as far as being the PACE president, and
dealing with people like this and not being able to move and maneuver the way you would like to. So I'm just saying it's not nice for them to be rude or discourteous or hang up, but also at the same time, it's not nice or professional for citizens of Atlanta to call in and demand. They'll call in and they'll say, well, I pay taxes. We all pay taxes.
Absolutely.
We all pay taxes. So for is your tax money better than my tax money? I mean, it's just the fact of being real, we're human. Everybody's human. Do we need to have better classes maybe for professionalism? Of course we do. Of course we do. And that's something that they're working on. But just give them some courtesy and a little respect. And that's what they're taught to do with this city.
They're pushing and they're forcing our leadership, as the discussion was today. Sometimes they're forcing the hand to do what they need because they come first. They feel they're first. They the constituents, they the taxpayers, they pay, and what I want, I better get, or this and that.
Yes.
But they have a lot of them have no heartfelt feelings or humility for the people.
Prime example.
Okay.
The young man that just got his car carjacked, that was broken into, taken, the councilman. Antonio Brown. He got his vehicle taken, right?
Okay.
His keys were still inside the vehicle. It's a signal for anything that happened. So it wasn't really a carjacking to us. You left your keys in the vehicle.
Mistake.
Yeah, you kind of gave it to
him.
But
it was human error.
We all human. However, he called, and he wasn't the pleasant person. He wasn't the pleasant.
Don't say that.
He at that time, no, he wasn't. She being so facetious. Anyway, so the employee, because of whose vehicle that was, because his vehicle was taken, and because of who he was, that particular employee had gotten reprimanded for it.
Stop.
Because of who it was. Because of who it was. So you making the employees
He's running for mayor, right?
You making the employees feel like, you see this face right here. That's what you're doing. Because if it was somebody else, that wouldn't have happened to her.
I wish we had a sound like crickets.
Okay.
The cricket sound when you get quiet.
Yeah.
He's running for mayor, right?
Yeah.
Crickets. But anyway, so the point is, and listen, I do this, and I'm just asking you all to do it out there in podcast land if you feel it. Even my mailman, when I go and get my mail and the mailman is there, I tell him, thank you for your service, sir, for doing this pandemic. Thank you for still delivering this mail. And you know what he told me this morning, as a matter of fact, over here, I checked my mail, and I told him that. He said, he stopped what he was doing and looked at me. He said, I really appreciate that. I really appreciate hearing that.
That's
you really made my day. And then I had little tears in my eyes because I like making people's day.
Crying.
And I said, no, I'm serious. I said, thank you for working during this pandemic. Because you're human and you are out there and dealing with the same stuff I'm dealing with, but I'm in my house.
Exactly.
And you out here working.
Yeah.
And you got to go home to your family, or your family got to deal with. So you guys, even when I now got a little comfortable eating at the restaurant, only certain ones.
Yeah, only certain.
I eat at certain restaurants, but I always tell the server, thank you. thank you for giving me service during this pandemic. And they love it.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, I went to this Parliament, they're not paying us to say this, but Metro Cafe out here on 78.
No.
And I went out there and told the server, and the server was so excited. She went back and told some other people. The manager got to hear it, that hey, a customer said, thank you for my service during pandemic. It made me feel good. And he came all the way out there to tell us to thank you for thanking his staff, because he tries so much to empower them to come to work, and that makes them feel good. But if you want a clean place, if you can call it clean, pandemic is everywhere. Yeah. But if you want a place where you feel a little comfortable eating, where they would still wear their masks, the servers, they still clean those tables, they still have social distancing, Metro Cafe, and the food is delicious. And so I go there and I'm comfortable with it. They have good decaffeinated coffee. But anyway, send a little kind word out to anybody that you run into. Not just, and we, of course, shout out to all of the nurses and the doctors. Because a member of my church, I did not know all these years. I thought he was a dentist. He was a neurosurgeon in Emory. Oh, wow. I did not know that. And I just happened to be this past Sunday, he walked by and he didn't really speak a lot, but he was just open. And I said, hey, I need a dentist, appointment, but I got a dentist. He said, I'm not a dentist, I'm a surgeon. And I said, what's your surgeon on? And that's how he told me. And guess what? I told him, thank you for your service during this pandemic. He said, ma'am, thank you for that, because it was really rough. It's still a little rough. It's a lot better. But we didn't make it.
And they see a different side. They see the side, they get the fear side, and then they get the side where they can't keep patients alive because of the pandemic. You know what I'm saying? Or they have to turn people away because of the pandemic. So this year, COVID, the year for it was a rough.
Well, let's hope and be prayerful. That's why we try to give you inspiration that this Delta variant does not succumb the way this other COVID-19. They say, this is the worst of the variants, but let's hope that they can nip it in the bud and can ostracize it away that it does not. And that way, regardless if you took the vaccine shot, you guys be safe. Keep your mask on when you need to go in places, public places. Keep your mask on. Everybody feels they can get the vaccine. Get the vaccine if you want to get the vaccine.
And they're now having some reactions to that too. Yeah. More reactions I saw this morning. Why do I say reactions? She put on a mask. This whole time she's been sitting here with no mask. It's done. It's over. She already has it. Let it go.
Call 911. Oh, no, don't call 911. I'll be on there for a whole hour. I'm just teasing. I'm just teasing y'all. You gotta have laughter in this. Because let me tell you guys, and all jokes aside, because we had some people that have lost people to this stuff.
Seriously.
Trust me and believe. I do, and I'm not my truth to you. I do suffer with PTSD from the military, from this vaccine, of the fear of all of this pandemic back in the swine flu days in 1976. And so this is no joke for me, but to get where I am today, Ebony knows,
I remember
the trials and tribulations. A lot of folks don't know what I've been through. I have been through hell and back of my mental anxiety and depression behind this pandemic, and I'm still healing from it. So what you're seeing right now is a long way of where I was, but we're here. We have a job to do with the city still, and a job to do with my commitment to you as your president to bring you what we need to bring you with the news. So you can keep me in prayer as well, because I'm human too. And when I hear you guys call me and I'm still fighting for you, getting the elephant out the room, and then once I do all of that and I hang up and you say, thank you, Gina, I got this accomplished, it was for you. I get into my bed, put the covers over my head, get that pillow and cry like a newborn baby because of the anxiety of all of this. So trust and believe I'm still there and God's got me. So stay in prayer. Whatever higher power you have, stay in prayer and be kind to other people. Be considerate to other people. Because if you have some managers and leaders that's not treating you right, like I'm telling you, what did I say? Be kind, smile, don't give up. Don't be judgmental, have humility, and they're not giving you that. I'm going to get the elephant out the room. You just let me know. Through my tears, too. Even if I go and cry it out, I'm still going to get the elephant out the room. So just know that. And so now you know how I am. Let's get the elephant out the room. Because I got to be fair. Now, y'all know me. I'm going to be fair. There's a double-edged sword to everything. There's one good side, bad side, and flip-flop. But here we go. Now, we talked about all the negativity and all the stuff that the city could do. And that's why I want to run for mayor. People say, why don't you run for city council mayor? Not the way that the NPU means.
You can get on the council.
No. I got too much dirty in it, but they be pulling up some dirt on me from college days. Never mind. I stay here with our podcast. But anyway, and then I be done curse somebody out because I'm old. I want to just get old and cuss. Yeah. That's all I want to do. So I be done cuss somebody out. They be having me on the news and everything. Talking about she got to go. But anyway, yes, I would. I'm 64 years old. People don't realize I'm 64. That's my truth. God's given me a good life, and I hope He continue to work for you guys and give me the strength. But I have my challenges as you get old, because certain stages you go. You heard when you hit 30. Then you hit 40, then you hit 50, and now they say 60. Now you're starting to come down that hill. So anyway, so I stay prayed up. But my thing is, here we go. And if I'm stepping on your toe, you need to fix it. That's right. Go to the doctor and get a Band-Aid. Here we go. Employees, I was told, was pimping the system. Pimping the system. Got some pimps out there.
Pimp down.
Y'all need to quit pimping the system.
So how they pimping the system?
Because they're not clocking in when they say, we talking about people that without clocking in when they supposed to clock in, being late all the time.
So that means if your shift at 7 o'clock, you ain't clocking in until 8
o'clock. Or if you're clocking in at all. And how you don't do that? Let me tell y'all something.
Maybe they confused. It's been a while.
Here we go. You must not be a PACE member, because if you're a PACE member, you're smarter than that. You're a professional. You're smarter than that. Because let me tell you, I'm going to give you the right answer, and then I'm going to give you the PACE answer. The right answer is you need to get up and clock in and do what you need to do. And I'm going to give you the PACE answer. Get up, clock in, and go do what you got to do.
Simple as that. Simple as that.
What?
Go do what
you didn't hear me say that. I'm going to tell a lie. But anyway, you guys make it hard, the ones that's not doing what they need to do. You make it hard for the good ones that's trying to telework and want to still remain at home. If your job is still being done correctly and there's no you can do your job at home without problems and meeting the city needs and stuff. When we try to ask to keep people at home some more with teleworking, I'm being told that the percentage is so great of people teleworking that ain't doing what they need to do. They're not clocking in. Don't think these people ain't watching. They know.
Chronos don't tell a lie. Chronos ain't gonna unless you clocking in under somebody else's number.
Well, I don't even
clock
but see, they have a way. I don't know what system they use. I don't clock in on Chronos because my supervisor, I'm teleworking. I was in teleworking mode. But they know when I go on that computer, at 10 o'clock, I better be clicking on somebody's response. They better be seeing something. And at 6:30, they know when I shut down, but I'll be working sometime at 8 o'clock at night because that's just my work ethic.
Exactly.
I know if I got this part that I have to do and meet a deadline, and I got a lot going on, and it's a heavy load, and I had to get up and make dinner or fix lunch or run over here or run over there, I know I better get that stuff done in my time frame. So I'm telling you guys out there, you need to answer the call when it's time for you to go to work. If you don't want to work that day, just text your supervisor and say, I want to take that FFRCA time off or sick time off or vacation time off. Because you got now teleworkers don't have the FFRCA. No. That's what we were talking about. That we need to talk with that about. But just clock in and clock out.
Go to work.
Go to work.
Just go to work.
I mean, nobody's looking at you if you at home. You could be laying in your bed with the laptop on the bed. One day I had it up under the cover with me. Had my little mouse pad on the bed and everything, but I was working.
That's the benefit of working from home.
I was laying in the bed working. and I got everything done.
They need to get they need some more clarity, because I took some funeral leave and was told that I couldn't use my FFCRA time for my funeral leave, that it had to be coming from my sick
that's
time.
That bull. That's that frack.
But I remember we had a meeting with Jeffrey Norman, and he cleared that up.
Yeah, but see, the thing
but they
is,
didn't send anything to follow behind.
But this is where he's going to set up a committee that we supposed to be on, and I told him he need to do it sooner than later.
Yes,
and then once we come up with that and what he feels that is appropriate and everything, and go through law, whatever the channels he need to go through, then he's going to send it out. Because he even said himself that he sees that it maybe needs some policy changes.
Policy.
Because number one, we need to be clear about the 3-day sick policy.
Yes,
all historical practices through the city of Atlanta. You can be out 3 consecutive days without having to bring a doctor's note in, unless you were prior told because you have abusive or sick time, and you were put on notice officially through HR and your department appropriately that anytime you're out sick, you're going to have to start bringing in a doctor's note until a certain time, that they extend it to. However, if you're not on that kind and you haven't been on an abuse or discipline for that, you can be out 3 consecutive days without a doctor's note. You come in on the 4th day, you don't need a doctor's note. Somewhere there's a gray area that people say, oh, you out 3 days, so when you come in on the 4th, you need a doctor's note. No.
That
5th day. If you don't come in on that 4th day, that 5th day, you got to have a doctor's note.
Yes.
Then I think it's after that, you got to have a doctor's note saying that you're able to return to work, whatever.
Yes.
So we're going to get that cleared
up. I don't know how that got confused, because when I read it myself, I was like, wait a minute.
Because people interpret
I can do 3 full days and be off work.
And I think that's why they didn't want to say that, because people was pimping the system. But it is what it is.
It is what it is.
And we just have to train these leaders, train these supervisors, so they'll know what it is that needs to be done. That's another thing. They need training. All new managers and supervisors going into these positions, people even coming in, you need to know the training, the city code,
HR needs to be on top of it.
They need to be on top of it.
It's no reason why I call HR and be directed back to my management. HR should be able to answer that question for me, because it's an HR question.
Yes.
If I got to be directed back to my management team, then that's because my management team is not doing what HR said.
Right.
Or what's in the handbooks or the SOP. That's a problem. I shouldn't be directed back to my management team for a question HR should answer.
They should be able to answer.
They should be able to answer,
and I think
they make the rules.
I think Mr. Norman, hopefully, once he becomes confirmed, if they're going to confirm him, I think that soon, if it ain't already happened, he's going to get his team together. Maybe he needs to, but we're willing to work with him to get it done.
They got to get this thing across the board.
But the 311 and 911 is still an issue. We got to work hard with that. And our fire civilians. We're looking at when they come back to the city about their parking meter and stuff, parking fees. And I think the last time
ours wasn't getting paid either.
I think they're not paying them still. But we're gonna make sure.
So if that's the case, we shouldn't ever have to pay to park.
They survived this long.
They did a whole year without it. You're right.
So if you work for this, if you work at that city hall, they need to give you a parking pass that's free.
Well, we don't work at City Hall, but our department, we haven't been paying during the pandemic.
So they need to continue.
So they need to continue for us too.
Yeah.
Because it's like $45 out of our pocket. The city pays.
So maybe, and see, I even suggested when they get this $60 million police academy, that the 911 call center moves there.
Now, I don't know about that.
Why?
Because you remember when they had that attack on DOT? Their 911 center is with the police department, with DOT. So when you have citizens that are acting up against police, if you target that center, you target your 911 center.
Oh, so you're saying the president and vice president don't be together?
Yeah, you don't want them to be in
about
there.
That.
You don't want that to be in there. You still want to have your emergency center somewhere else. Now we can still do our classes and our training department, which is when you brought that up in the meeting last week, which is a great idea. But our training department, see, we have 2 types of training. We have training that we go to the academy to do. And then we have in-house training when they train to be a dispatcher or a call taker. That needs to be moved to the training department, because we're getting too much riffraff. I'm just being honest. We're getting a lot of people that don't take the job for serious. And that's mainly because nobody is backing up or overseeing our training department. But if you put them over there with the police, those people are not going to have you coming in whenever you want to come in. You got bad attitude. They're going to knock that out before you get out the academy. So when they come over there to us, we ain't got to deal with bad behavior.
Well, maybe once they get it built and they move probably the headquarters that's down there on downtown, maybe you all can move down there in that building.
We do need another building. I think we still have about 5 to 10 more years on this one, though.
Man, break that lease.
Ain't that crazy? I don't know why they did that in the heart of downtown.
Well, it takes about what I'm saying, that maybe that's something else. Then once they do the $60 million project, put everything out there, then that police headquarters downtown, across the street from the court, maybe that's where you guys can move into.
Yeah.
It's a secure building.
They need to think about
that's a suggestion we can say to them.
That's something we could do.
Yeah. So. We do a lot of, we're sitting here talking to you guys and sharing and we already coming up, talking to us, talking about something else that just popped up. That's how we do.
Yeah.
That's how we, for you. And we're here for you for that. And then we'll go out there and talk to the folks and see what we can get done.
So we did discuss the policy and the politics, but we didn't really discuss mostly on people. And then the
come to work,
but how the change.
Well, what do you mean by the change?
So when you sent out the thing last night, you put in there policy, people, and politics or something like that, right?
Right.
And then what changes are we looking for with new people in position? What changes would you be looking for if we got a new mayor and district from 1 through 12 seats on city council?
Number one, I'm looking for the change to get back in the day with respect to the unions. I'm looking for a seat at the table to have a conversation with the mayor on a quarterly basis or twice a year. The COOs have a direct line of contact. Haven't met with John King yet, but I met with him when he was over planning and development, whatever it was. And continue to have working relationships definitely with DHR, Commissioner of HR, and Labor Relations, because that's where we get try to get a lot of our resolve. Have a more open dialogue with EOC, that we have a department now with the EOC. Definitely get back to a close relationship that we had with Dr. Adrian Bradford with the EAP now. And also that council will start taking the union serious when we come up with suggestions on things, and let them, and hope that they will integrate or challenge us to do what we ask them to do. Like when I mentioned about going out to the 911 call center, Ms. Shepherd said that she will make a commitment to go out and visit
and they
you
need
guys.
to.
And so when we come before them, that's the change I want to see. Start having open relationships with us, working dialogue, because we are a team, and under the same bubble. And some of us can vote in the city of Atlanta. Some of us have family that lives in the city of Atlanta that can persuade a vote here and there. And we hope that once you get in those positions, that you're not just blowing smoke to get there, but once you get there, you're going to do what you say you're going to do in that first 100 days.
So exactly. And I'm hoping that even with the new mayors, the new person that runs for mayor or whoever gets that seat, go through all your departments or have your people delegated, whoever that's going to be over these different departments, to make sure you have the right people in the right places. Because if you don't have the right management team, if you don't have the right supervisors, it can destroy the whole department.
Yes.
It will destroy, and it would deter people from wanting to be a part of the city of Atlanta workforce. And that's what you don't want.
So what we're telling you in closing, because we're about to wrap up, but we're over the time because it's a little, we started a little late, thanks to somebody.
2 seconds.
But anyway, we want to make sure you guys listen. Just do the right thing the best you can. Stay prayed up. If you're supposed to be on the clock, clock in, be on time. Don't come off every Monday. Take Friday off. Or take a Tuesday off. For a week.
Y'all didn't hear that. I'm not saying that.
Don't do every Monday.
But they're looking for patterns.
They're looking for patterns. Just switch up your pattern. Sometimes you drive the same way home every day. Swap it up sometime. Go another way.
Go to work. What's wrong
you.
with just going to work?
Yeah,
I enjoy going to work. Go to work. I mean, certain departments are different.
I don't think it's about the work.
It's not about the work. It's about the people that you have to contend with when you get there. And I get it. I understand. But we all work for citizens. We all are citizens. But if just think about it as if you were the one that was in need, and if you needed that one person to show up for you, if you was just missing that one person, that extra staff member to not be there, and that had been you, what difference would that make?
Let's just be friends. I don't know what she's talking about. Let's just be friends. Look out for each other.
That's all.
Your teammate.
We are
your buddy. You know, just say, I can't, you know, if we really sick,
that's
home.
different.
But if you know, you just, you know, and some days we need a mental day. That's different.
That's different.
But if you just pimping the system,
stop.
Think about your comrade, because you're putting a lot of work on that person.
They have to work
and
hard.
Here, the union PACE is here. You are a member of this union. If you have issues, reach out.
Mm-hmm.
Reach out. And we still do $50 bonus enrollment.
I just got my check this
today. Show me check.
I just got my check today.
You got a check.
And it ain't $50 though, because I be hustling. It's a couple of $100. So
well, it's $50 a head. Every person that you enroll.
I said I be hustling.
You be hustling. You be pimping the system.
I be pimping the people.
That's gonna be a new one I would say for
pimping the
y'all.
people.
Thank you for Mr. Robinson for that slogan. Pimping the system. Stop pimping the system, y'all.
But yeah, you can. It's just let's do what's right.
Do what's right.
Let's do what's right.
And remember your wine garden rights, folks. Your wine garden rights said if you on a phone call, virtual, whatever it is, if you feel that meeting that you've been called into is going sour, is going into a negative, is going into a disciplinary, you stop the meeting. You have the right to stop that meeting and say, halt, I'm going to stop this meeting. I want to exercise my wine garden rights.
That's right.
That means I have a right to representation, and I need to contact one of my union reps, and we can reschedule this meeting.
Do not sign anything.
Do not sign your name on anything that you're not comfortable with. I really rather you not sign nothing at all until you talk to one of us so we can see what it is you're getting ready to sign. Okay?
Please.
If you're in the union, because it's easier to help you when you mess up beforehand than you mess up deeper afterhand. And quit trying to work your case yourself. Because if you already going to get rolled up or your leader or manager is on odds with you, trying to talk to them is not going to do any good. And you paying dues, so utilize what you got. Utilize your resource and let us handle. Let me get the elephant out the room for you. I love moving them big old elephants. Let me get the elephant. But anyway, we're going to close out. We enjoyed you guys. We must have had a lot because we didn't see any chats, but we'll make sure next week that you all get the right link. Or correct link. If you didn't get it, we'll send it out. But you can always go back and tell your fellow comrades, you can always go back to YouTube.
Yes.
Search on the YouTube for Radio Connections with PACE. But
and
remember, it's a little W, okay? Not the whole word out. Radio Connections, little W, PACE. And it will bring up all the podcasts. So you can go back and listen and look. And
subscribe. Hit that subscribe button, and that way, every time we're on, it'll let you know.
I didn't never think that we'll say hit the subscribe button. We're vloggers now. Oh my God. So but anyway.
And we are getting ours, the picnic together.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It's gonna be August.
You set the date.
I did, didn't I? 16th or 17th. This is Saturday.
I thought it was the 21st.
21st. August 21st from 11 to 5. So
11 to 5.
Yes, we'll send it
August
out.
the 21st, but we are still getting it where it's going to be at Sweetwater Park. It's going to be a meet and greet for first annual cookout.
Yes.
And so please respond. Please respond. The only thing I got right now is your emails through the city. If you would like for us to have your personal email and make sure that we have your correct address, please send that in. How many? We got some chats. Oh, amen. Call the union. Alicia, hey, Ann, you got in. Hey, Ann, shout out to you. Shout out to Alicia Brown. Good. So in closing, we're going to say, remember Simply Red. Hey, you guys, if you back in the days with me, I was a Parliament Funkadelic fan, but
Oh,
anyway,
Lord.
Simply Red, those 2 songs. I keep holding on.
That's all
Oh,
you
it's
can
called
do.
holding back
Back
the
the
years. The years.
The years. That's what I said.
Yo, holding back the years. And remember, be smart, be kind, be compassionate.
Yes.
Come to work. Do your job. If you need help, call the union. Wine Garden Rights. You need representation. And I will take with you. Got to check out. Hope you guys be safe. Have a good week.
We love you back in.
Love you back in. Thank you.
Thank y'all for listening.
Thank you
until
for
next
listening.
week. Hopefully
And
we have some different. We're gonna have some real. Good
Oh, we're
stuff
gonna have
next
some
week.
good stuff next week. Y'all better get. It's getting good. We
Please
get better
go
and better.
to cbaatlanta.org and
And
watch for yourself. Watch the guy on the end to your left,
She ain't
right,
gonna let that go.
to your right. He
She
had
is
me
not
rolling.
gonna-
Please get you a good laugh
This is one that's supposed to be running for mayor.
for mayor.
And I'm telling you, the one sitting next to him did like this.
Y'all have to watch it. cbatlanta.org. Watch it.
All right, you guys, have a blessed week. Be safe. Wear your mask,
Yes.
whether you're vaccine or not. Be respectful for other people. Wear your mask.
Do what you're supposed to do. That's it.
Mhm. And come to work. Do your best you can. Take care, everybody. Peace
Until
out.
next week. Have a
Love
good one.
y'all.